That's what Nish Gordon is involved in. That's an old thing, I haven't seen that one before.
Do the two lines, ball, I think, goes that's the goal.
I used to any goal, there's only one thing you had in your head when you was going out like that.
That was the game.
Oh, take him up, no.
Oh, no,
take out one more coming.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were clear inside.
Oh, it's the inside, but if you were coming up with someone who's coming in, you're not going to come out and Three like. But that was, I could never do that one way. It was right into your head. Yeah, thanks. That was the first thing I remember I was told about him. Well, have you any coach? I think what you think, I think that is. Right. And he sat down and gave up that you needed to be doing that.
Yeah, okay.
That's what it came from.
He was a fellow on himself, wasn't he?
He was.
To be honest with you. Jeez, the amount of pressure he was under there when Jim
But then in management, he couldn't take pressure on himself.
Right.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Pure was brilliant.
After, what's it? He was a great player.
Fuck's sake. You still make them wrong when you take they won't talk. They cut him out. Yeah.
Like that. Spot. Yeah, it was not. Great screen. I can just really one there as well.
HD they call it.
He's right. Very white screen is right. It's a nice. They are doing all the picture on like it's kind of green. And not too near the edge of the pitch either.
No.
Like, we are up and down. No time to breathe it.
Something that putting it on the other back. Jason found it took years up. I'd say though, Jim.
I think they're couple of off
The head's great there, like that. Not in the.
But I'd say as well as like the hit the big work as well. She is missing it.
That's how I'm going to say it, exactly.
She's not normal. She's obsessed.
In fairness, no,
it isn't real, and then that's right. It's right to do it. I mean, you know,
but I think for getting into matches that we shouldn't be getting into.
No, but I mean, she could only say
But like we're not out. We're out to get fucking no one. Like,
no.
You know what I mean? In the story.
This draw is mainly never here at all.
I saw him in town 2 weeks ago.
The older thing is, like,
he cleaned the fella over the 2 weeks ago.
We didn't let it one time. Match program, we met like we had so like we were going we'll 1 million there.
But he was all about himself
In the early 80s there, I think we were looking for the program, which is a program.
Aoife Power's going to be playing for a bit of this anyway.
Pardon?
Aoife Power's going to be playing for a bit anyway. You'll give the teams now, Pat, okay?
What has to change with the player team?
Oh.
Who's in?
Who did I tell you was in?
Linda, no, she's in. Who's in for Susan Daly? Or who's in for Leonard?
No, Werner Scanlon is playing midfield. Number 18 is playing midfield.
Who?
Number 18. Werner Scanlon is playing.
Okay.
And Susan Daly is playing there.
Yeah. Be careful, we'll be catching them. Oh shit. Get a picture of one set.
You can send it to me. You can send him to me, so
yeah, I'm in a box, yeah.
Yes, whenever you're ready. Try to close the door there. Díomh Accord Gael, as fáilte go léir go dtí Simple Stadium in Thurles. Good afternoon, everyone. You're welcome here to Simple Stadium in Thurles for the Munster Senior Championship Camogie semi-final between Tipperary and Clare. Lovely day here in Simple Stadium in Thurles, slightly overcast at the moment, pitch in immaculate condition as always for this Munster Camogie semi-final, and of course the big game later on, the Munster Senior Hurling round robin game between Clare and Cork. and joined here in commentary and analysis as always by Pat McNamara. Pat, Falta.
Good to be along with Leo. Great to be here in Tom Simple's Field, as they call it, and it's nice for ourselves to get a chance to broadcast from here in Scariff Bay as well. And so yeah, it's overcast, but everything looks perfect on the pitch. So for hopefully 2 really good games and hopefully 2 good results for Clare as well.
And first of all, as we're talking about here in Munster, Camogie and Pat, we must send our condolences to a man who has, been immersed in the tradition of Munster Camogie history. Is the manager of the Scariff Camogie team who brought their first club and Munster club to the East Clare a couple of years ago, Jim Minogue, on the death of his father, Tom, and condolences to Bridget and to Lucy and to Jim on the passing of Tom.
Absolutely concur with that. A gentleman by all accounts, and God rest his soul, and as it condolences to Jim and all the family.
Yeah. And we get on to the action here in Simple Stadium. Pat, you might give us the line out of both teams, please.
Yeah, we'll start the Tipperary team. So the home side, in goals, Anya Slattery. Full back line, Julianne Burke, Mary Ryan and Emer Lockman. Half back line, Ciara Maher, Caoimhe Maher and Aoife McGrath. At midfield is Grace O'Brien, the joint captain, and Niamh Tracy. Jenny Grace is number 10. Roisin Howard and Casey Hennessy make up the rest of the half-forward line, and the full forward line is Claire Hogan, Caught Devan and Clodagh McIntyre. And for Clare then, the line out as follows: in goal, Dermot Murphy, Clare Castle. Full back line, Ciara Grogan, Cloney Quinn, Claire Hare of Aine Kilnamona, Caoimhe Kelly, Clekishan. Half back line, Aoife Keane, Aine Kilnamona, Chloe Morley, Sixmile Bridge, and Susan Daly of Scariff Gunlow. At midfield is Muireann Scanlon of Sixmile Bridge and Caoimhe Carmody, Kilmaley. Half forward line, Lorna McNamara, Fecal Kilnina, Niamh D. Kilmaley and Linda Daly of Scariff Gunlow. And the full forward line is Emer Kelly of Drúclanara, Anya Loughlin of the same club, and Zian Spillane of Fecal Kilnina.
And with that perfect time, and Pat and Diarmuid Kerman is the man in charge, and Clare are defending the goals here at the town end here in the first half. And the ball is with Scanlon, Clare in their yellow and blue jerseys, Tipperary in their blue and gold, with Honest after defending the goals at the Canadian end. The ball is out in the middle of the field. It's with Niamh D up in the centre, in the back. Well, good to see her back in the Clare jersey. And the ball is picked up there by Aoife McGrath, but is robbed by Emer Kelly. Can Clare get the first score? And here comes Lorna McNamara, the Kilnana woman coming through. A shot from Lorna McNamara. Is that the first score? That's a tremendous start for Clare and for Lorna McNamara. Good start for the Clare ladies.
Yeah, she twisted and turned well there, made space for herself, but good work in the build-up by Emer Kelly and by Niamh D. Great to see Niamh D back in the Clare jersey and driving forward as well. And Emer Kelly did very well to get a hand pass away, and Lorna finished with aplomb.
And that puck out from Anya Slattery goes down, and Chloe Morley now picking up in the centre back position, playing as a sweeper, gets it out to OD gets out ahead of Caoimhe Maher, gives it to Linda gives it into Zian Spillane. Clare moving well in these early stages. Here's Zian cutting in, going into traffic, gets away from the stick of Nitra. Lorna puts up the hand, but the ball comes to Aoife McGrath. Roisin Howard, the centre forward, who's kind of playing back in her own half back line. Howard puts the ball in towards Caught Devan and Claire Hare did know one another quite well from UL. Devan throws a clean pair of heels to Claire Hare. Got her undressed now, level pegging Pat McNamara.
Level pegging Zian there, maybe showing that she wasn't used to playing the inside forward line. She got just caught driving the ball across the field, maybe to Lorna, who didn't handle it. So the trip broke up, and Devan did what she does best, controlled it first time, and just got her out Claire Hare to get a shot in.
I tell you, a rather dubious hand pass there from Caoimhe Kelly, and another one. I tell you, the referee Diarmuid didn't come pulling us a couple of dubious hand passes got away, but the ball is with Scanlon, and Scanlon delivers a good ball. A great ball in, but it's going to be cut out by the captain. Is Julianne Burke. Julianne is robbed by Zian. Zian has Anya Loughlin's in there. We're on the edge of the D here, as it is here at the Canal Inn. The ball, Aoife McGrath trying to get it up. Who's going to get this on? Emer Kelly tries to get it up, but the ball comes out to the midfielder. The midfielder is Niamh Tracy, or is Grace O'Brien. Grace O'Brien is fouled, and with this new rule, can she take the free quick from inside her own 45? Indeed, she's going to leave it. She's not too sure herself what to do with it, putting it down. Diarmuid Kerman, the referee, very experienced referee, tells her to put the ball down, has a quick word with Emer Kelly there just to calm down. He's 1 point all here, 2 minutes gone here in the Simple Stadium, in a broadcast brought to you in association with Derek Credit Union, and our outside broadcast sponsored by Michael Long Construction. A free 45 metres out from the Tipperary goal. McGrath takes it, goes across the field. Breeze cries strong, gets it in, comes out to the wing forward. It's Jenny Grace from Burgess. Jenny hits it in short towards Roisin Howard, but it's picked up by Casey Hennessy. Hennessy gives it in. Oh, great clearance there, picked up by Chloe Morey. The ball goes into Aoife Keane. Aoife Keane drops it. We're 40 metres out from the clear goal. Cartavane out there trying to win it for Tipperary. Referee going to throw in the ball. Couple of hand passes going astray, Pat.
Yeah, just a little bit of a settling in period going on, I suppose, for Clare there, and look, they're trying to keep possession of the ball, but you know, when you're trying to play a possession game, the ball needs to go to hand first time, and that's what Clare hopefully will get into their stride and do that shortly.
And the ball comes out here it comes to the corner, wing forward is Casey Hennessy. Casey is pulled back, free in, and immediately, Pat, you can see the tactic of Tipperary. They're playing a player back, and Roisin Howard is coming back deep and running at the Clare defence, and a free in now for Cartavane. And
yeah, and I see Eva D playing very deep as well, which is in a way it's a shame because you want to see maybe up forward making those runs, but as you say, Tip are playing it clever enough, and you know, they just maybe a little bit on top around the middle section of the field in the first 2 or 3 minutes, but look, it's very, very early days.
Yeah, and a free for Cartavane, one of the max women supreme in inter-county camogie, and you know, the Clonolty Rossmore woman, also an all-star in that number of all-stars, and she puts it over the bar. Tipperary going to the, however, there's an injury for one of the Clare players down at the goals. Oh no, he's just getting the headgear back into place, and 4 minutes gone. Tipperary 2 points, Clare 1 point in here in Simple Stadium. The blue to be appointed as always Simple Stadium. The home of hurling, and the puck out from Darren Murphy. She goes short to Claire Heher. Claire Heher going to be struck. Oh, I tell you, lucky to get away with that one because she barreled into Cartavane, but the ball comes out towards Aoife McGrath. Aoife McGrath gets away from Lorna McNamara, puts the ball into the middle, gets it in. Who's coming is Ginny Grace. Jimmy Grace and Burgess gets the ball. It comes back out to Casey Hennessy. Hennessy shot with a plum, go hard and dressed on. Tipperary on 3 Coolini, Clare Coolini 1, Patrick.
That's twice in the game so far now. It's very early days. The Tip have found their players with a quick pull on the ground, a 10-yard little tip of the ground to find a loose player, which is a very, very simple tactic and a very, very effective thing that maybe could be done more often. Not every ball has to be delayed and picked up. A flick on the ground to a loose player and over the bar.
And
Tip doing well.
Yeah, long puck out from German, and this set is picked up by Emer Lukeman, but Emer Kelly robs the centre back over there is Cueva Maher. We are 40 metres, 45 metres out. Lorna McNamara trying to get there. Aoife McGrath in there for Tipperary, the Drummond Inch captain. Here, the ball comes out to Tracy, her club mate, and it comes out to McGrath. McGrath gets the ball up, and it comes right out here to Neva D. That's a great ball from Neva D into Zian Spillane. Anya Loughlin comes out from full forward. Here comes Anya. She's going to turn off for right hand side. Shot from Anya Loughlin. That's a tremendous reply from Anya Loughlin. Lovely low ball in, and Pat, I suppose, with the sweeper back, there's a good low ball out into space. Zian and Anya, 2 Clare players. Zian stepped out, and Anya turning over the bar, 3 points to 2.
Great ball from Neva D. Poor clearance from McGrath across the D in the first place. I'm surprised that McGrath, you know, an experienced player, to give away the ball that easily to Neve, who's in the middle of the field. And in fairness, Neve put a beautiful low ball in. Both, I'd say, it was a ball that could have. Zian Svillan could have taken position if she wanted and probably scored as well, but in fairness she lifted to Emer, who did the business.
And the ball being cut out, great ball from Claire Hogan into Susan Daly drops it and it comes out. Who's going to come out with it? But Daly, it's Aoife Keane comes out with it, but she's pulled for a foul hand pass. I think Pat Dearman was liberal enough with a couple of maybe letting them get their feel their way into the game, but he wasn't going to let another one go. Well,
the problem with that is if it's done often enough, maybe the wrong player might get pulled for it. I think there was definitely a striking movement, I thought, in her hand that time, but there was previous ones he probably thought I've enough of this done now. There wasn't a clear strike in action from his point of view, and it's an easy free in for Cartavane again.
And a free for Cartavane just outside the D. Is he going to double the lead? Indeed, Gohar and Dressnana reach. Tipperary 4 points, Clare 2 points, double scores here. 6 minutes gone here in Simple Stadium, and here comes Darren Murphy, the Clare goalkeeper, with the puck amok. She's going to go long again on this one, looking for Lorna McNamara, but he's cut out by Tracy, Neve Tracy. Scariff going low, know a lot about her. Comes out to Aoife Keane, gets it across to Mervyn Scanlon, the 6 mile bridge woman. Lovely pop pass in for Lorna McNamara, but Aoife McGrath, Emer Kelly going back there, and a push in the back there by, I think it was Emer Kelly on Aoife McGrath. Aoife McGrath on a lot of ball in these early stages.
Yeah, there's a lot of ball on that far left half back position where Aoife and Lorna are playing, and so that was maybe a silly free to give away there, because I think Lorna was going to get possession anyway, and I tapped it over, but it was just a push in the back by Emer Kelly, and no question about the free out.
Great play by Grogan there, gets out in front of her player but loses it to Casey Hennessy. Here come Tipperary, the pop out into Howard, who's back with Chloe Morey back in the pocket, does well, gets the ball out to Linda Daly. Linda fumbles it, but at second at him, gets it up, takes on her player. She's been marked out by Mary Ryan, who's very far out from her full back position, but Linda is taking on the challenge. She's gone in, pull high challenge there by the corner forward Clodagh McIntyre. Linda, she'd carried
She'd
the away.
almost overcarried.
Lucky to get away. Dermot was on the point of blowing, but look at good for Clare and a chance for Chloe Morey. And you know, a player of Chloe Morey's stature and striking, this will go very, very close.
Well, that's it. She'll have the distance anyway. Although Clare might be against a slight breeze, I think the flags seem to be a little bit at the moment. We're blowing a little bit more 20 minutes ago, but now. When I say she had the distance, the free, he's gone back behind halfway, but knowing Chloe's clean striking, I'd say she should get the distance here. So she has the accuracy. I think to be a great point for Clare to get 4-3 wouldn't be bad, because Tip have had most of the ball, in fairness.
Yeah, and here comes Chloe Morey with this strike. She strikes it rather well. This is on right on the money.
Brilliant.
Right over the black dot from Chloe Morey. Tremendous striker, tremendous free. Narrows the margin. Tipperary 4 points, Clare 3 points, and a Pokemon for the Coolbara Anya Statry. Anya, who has taken over from Cueva Burke, that brilliant drum and inch goalie. What a luxury to have two top class goalies like that on your panel, Pat.
Yeah, we often see Cueva Burke before, haven't we, Leon? She's an outstanding goalkeeper, and there'll be nothing soft for Clare today in that area of the field, anyway, in terms of getting handy goals. But if we played by ear, the points will do if we can keep getting them.
And the ball and a push in the back there by Ciara Grogan on Clodagh McIntyre. And Pat, you can see the plan that Tipperary have. They're very measured on their passes. That short puck out from Anya out to Mary Ryan, a lovely pop pass into Clodagh McIntyre. Ciara Grogan came from behind. Very hard to stop a low ball coming like that, pushing the back, and another chance for Cortavan. But even in these early stages, Pat, they cannot afford to give away frees to a maximum and such as the stature of Cortavan.
Well, that's the point. I mean, she's going to put him over as well. But in fairness, the both teams are trying to use the ball intelligently. I don't think there's any Hail Mary shot. Hit chase in hope. From distance, nearly all balls are being placed into space out to the player by both sides, but tipped just slightly lording in that line at the moment, and just put over the bar again. So it's now, is it over the bar?
5 points to 3 in favour of Tipperary. Is West Dearn, is she going to go with the quick puck out here to Clare Hare? No, goes back in, is going to go along. A lot of runners for Clare, a lot of populating here. The Kinane stand here, and the ball goes right out towards Niamh O'Dea. O'Dea puts up the hand, but the ball breaks down. Who's going to win out in this ball? Is it Ciara Maher? Is it Linda Daly? Linda Daly has it, and the Daly sisters are there. Who's going to get it up? It's Susan in there. Linda into help. Niamh O'Dea is into help also, but the ball is being picked up by Niamh Tracy. Tracy she's a dual player, and she's tipping on soccer style. Comes out here, lovely pick up there from Grace O'Brien, but she's robbed there by Cueva Carmody. The ball goes into the middle. Here comes Emer Kelly, but it's Tracy. Tracy tries to go on one-handed, not an easy thing to do. She's circling it, tipping it up along. We're going in towards the centre forward position. Who's going to come out with this one? And indeed, it is Ginny Grace. Ginny Grace from Burgess. Ginny back on the Tipperary panel this year. Tries to go to ground. She gets the ball back. She's been hit fouled by Linda Daly. Referee takes advantage. Out to Lukeman. Lukeman, lovely ball in from the corner. Great block down by Grogan. But in comes the cavalry in quick. But it's Cueva Kelly. Cueva Kelly coming out for Clare. Coming across here in front of the stand. Tries to hand pass the ball. Getting away. She goes into traffic. Blaine blocked down. Tipperary hunting and packs. Devan tries to pick it up for Tipperary. But it comes out to O'Brien. O'Brien, the midfielder, gets the ball into Claire Hogan. Claire Hogan, and that was when the runner was on, but the foul hand pass. But you can see what Pat's Tipperary's tactic. A runner coming off the shoulder at all times. Yeah,
they're looking they're kind of dangerous to run from the half forward line area. They're looking as if they might break through for goal chances at any moment. At least he was consistent there in the hand pass. One thing I do notice, Leo, in the 50-50 ruck so far, Tipperary, they have won 4 out of 5 of them. Yeah, there's no doubt. And here's a free for Chloe Morey, right on her own 45 metre line here, 25 metres in from the sideline. Goes across the field, looking for the run of Lorna McNamara. Lorna was looking at, she thought Emer Kelly was running, but in fact that ball beats them all. Goes out over the sideline on the far side of the field here. A line ball for Aoife McGrath, 45 metres out from her own goal, and a player back there going back is Courtney Ryan, who's in. So it remains to be seen, is it Cueva Maher? Is Ciara Maher isn't playing. McGrath cuts this one up along towards Scanlon. Scanlon gets out in front, but the ball comes to Hennessy or Clodagh McIntyre. Clodagh McIntyre gets away from Ciara Grogan. She's left Ciara Grogan in her wake. She's just 3-1 here. Gets it out. A shot. A goal for Tipperary from the stick of Ginny Grace, and that line ball came up from the line ball from Aoife McGrath all the way up to Clodagh McIntyre. Clodagh got out in front of Ciara Grogan. Not an easy thing to do. Turned her player, ran in and passed it to McIntyre. 1-5 for Tipperary, 3 points for Clare. We said it was coming, Leo. They were breaking tackles and they were finding space and runners, and I thought I thought Ciara might have given up the chase a bit soon there. Now she kind of started to give up that maybe she wasn't going to catch her. But you know, even if you don't catch the player, if they know you're coming, it might affect your hand pass or your strike. So that's a bit disappointing for Ciara. I'd say she's unhappy she was rounded, but she probably should have chased anyway. You know, as I said, if a player forward going in knows you're right behind them, it could just affect what they do. But anyway. Tip well on top now.
What can Clare's response be? That ball is out from Chloe out to Zien. You know, maybe we'd like to see Zien maybe further out the field, but Clare have a plan for her inside in the full back line. She tries to get the block down. The ball comes down to Susan Daly and Ginny Grace, and Grace gets out ahead of Daly and tries to get her body over the ball. She goes in. In comes Grace O'Brien. I'm not too sure. I thought maybe the body leading the ball, but Dermot, who are we to question?
Well,
a rator of the stature of Dermot Kinnan, one of the outstanding referees in both hurling and camogie in the country, and he's gone thrown in the ball here. It's 1-5 for Tip, 3 points for Clare. Ball in. Susan Daly trying to get it up. In goes Quiva Carmody. Quiva trying to get up, but Jenny Grace puts it around. There's a kind of a muzzle out here. Who's going to come up with it? Indeed, it is the wing back. It is the wing back. It's Ciara Maher. It's Quiva. Gets it out to Casey Hennessy. Hennessy going across the field. Passes the ball in towards Roisin Hall. Oh, what a catch there by Claire Hogan. Claire Hogan gets the ball out here, out to the midfielder Grace O'Brien. Grace O'Brien gets away from the challenge of Quiva Carmody. Here comes O'Brien. She gets the ball back into Hennessy. Hennessy, the wing forward. Great block down there by Aoife Keane. Well, the ball comes to Claire Hogan. Here comes Hogan. She gets the ball into Roisin Howard. Direct running from Howard. She's coming back out. Howard gets the ball, she can't catch it the third time. In comes Aoife Keane, she'd know Roisin Howard quite well. Aoife would be better advised to get rid of it, as Susan Daly does. But the ball, who's going to come up? It's Zien and Mary Ryan. But Mary Ryan is there. There's a flurry of Tip defenders. Gets the ball back out to Aoife McGrath. Aoife, whose sideline set up the last one, gets the ball to Mary Ryan. Mary Ryan is going to deliver this ball in towards the corner, where it's Aoife Keane and Casey Hennessy. Keane goes back, takes the challenge of Hennessy. Coming out, gets the ball, goes back, looks for the free player, Chloe Morey, back in the sweeper role, gets it up. It comes out towards Zien and Julianne Burke, and Zien does well. Pops the pass off to Kelly, and here comes Kelly, and this is what you want, Kelly. Can she bypass Mary Ryan? She's getting away from Mary Ryan. Here comes Emer Kelly. And pulled back there by the cornerback. Was it a foul by Emer Lukeman? Yeah, and she's going to get her name into the loud. You see, for McGrath actually, and that's what you want, is get the ball into space for Emer Kelly Pat and let her run it to defence.
Yeah, Clare are concentrating an awful lot on playing down the right wing, and as I said, Lorna started very well with a lovely point, but Tip would be dominating that side of the field a little bit in the last 6 or 7 minutes. However, they broke their team, Emer Kelly, and Emer is the one you want running at them, and they felt they had to foul her, so that's a good lesson for Clare. I still feel Zien isn't comfortable in there, Leo. She had never played inside before. She's always been an engine room midfielder or defensive midfielder maybe, but look, I'm sure they know what they're doing. They're watching training for the last 4 or 5 months, so I'm sure the management know what they want out of her, but I'd love to see her around the middle of the field because she's a massive engine.
And if you're going to play her corner forward, Pat, give her in the ball. She's been starved the possession side in that corner, you know, as the ends.
Yeah, nothing has gone down that wing at all.
You know, an all-star this year on the Scariff Bay Community Radio for last year for her performances for her club. And here's Lorna McNamara, another all-star. Can she narrow the deficit here to, it's 1-5 to 3 points at the moment, and here comes Lorna. She got the opening score of the game with a lovely deft strike. She puts it over the bar. 1 goal and 5 for Tipperary, 4 points for Clare. A score that Clare badly needed, and it's just so important not to let the gap develop. 8 points to 4 is manageable enough without having played very well, and you couldn't say Clare have played really that well. You don't worry too, but a little bit of lack of pace in our defence. Leo once or twice, not just the time Ciara Rogan was caught there, but once or twice other times there as well. The Tip seemed to have the legs and us up front. So now Zien on the ball, a lovely pass inside. A great ball into Linda Daly, but overhits the pass. It comes out to Tracy. Here she comes at her lovely pop pass to Roisin Howard. Howard is central to a lot, getting a lot of space as Chloe is sitting back in the pocket. Gets the ball in to Claudia McIntyre, and here comes McIntyre, and she's gone from Grogan again on this stage. Here comes McIntyre, she's causing a problem. Shot the ball. And not too sure what Dermot pulled back for there, but definitely Pat, the pace of Claudia McIntyre is giving Ciara Grogan and the Clare defence many problems.
It's a major issue now. She got inside there as well, and she just showed a clean pair of heels, but the line came a bit too soon for her. So what's he giving?
I think he thought the ball was gone wide and decided to throw it, but it's on the 21. Who comes out? And the ball is with, it's Casey, it's the number in forward, Ginny Grace gets it out. A shot, Gohar and Rasnon over the bar from the stick of Casey Hennessy. Hennessy. 1 goal and 6 for Tipperary, 4 points for Clare. 16 minutes gone here in Simple Stadium. The puck out from Darren Murphy out to Ciara Grogan, and Ciara is robbed, is hooked there by good. In fairness, she recovered well. She got it bang into the chest there, and Clare will hope that she's gone. Here comes Claire Hare, careering up the field, gets the ball in towards the end. Zien goes up to win the ball. That high ball, is that going to be a Clare ball? Seems to come off the stick of Zien and Julianne Burke. Is he going to run in the ball? He had
Clare ball, is it?
Indeed, he's given it to Clare. I think he might have been advised. I think by the end it was a Clare ball over there.
But Leo, before this is taken, Clare haven't won a single one of the rucks. Every single time there's a group of players around the ball, a Tipperary player is picking it up in the ruck and coming out with it, and that's a little less score as well.
Here's Lorna with this line ball. That's a great ball from Lorna McNamara. Goes in over the top, and the ball is broke down. And who's there? Only Mary Ryan. Mary Ryan will love that sweeper road. She gets the ball up into space. And Lorna Parker for Tipperary, and here comes Tracy. Tracy being closed down by Lorna McNamara. The ball goes into McIntyre. McIntyre puts up the hand there. It was rather inviting as that ball went up, but it comes out. Here's Claire Hogan. There is definitely pace, and Ciara Grogan goes to ground. He's caught the van out from full forward. She gets the ball out to Roisin Howard. Roisin Howard with a nonchalant shot, but it's gone to the right hand side and gone wide. An escape for Clare. 1-6 for Tipperary. 4 points for Clare. Not much of a break here as Darren Murphy going taking this puck out for Clare. She's defending the town end here in the first half. Gets the ball out to Chloe Morey. Chloe Morey's out.
Free out here anyway.
I tell you, I think she needed to go on pet because the cavalry was coming for Tipperary. I don't think Roisin Howard meant anything by it, but I think it was safer to go down because there was three of them coming on mess pet.
Well, sure, she had been given the ball under pressure in the centre of her own defence, 30 yards out, and if she didn't go down, I'd say there was a fierce danger she would have been pickpocketed and a goal. So good thing she won the free. And but as I said, tip forwards every time that the ball goes up there, they look very threatening, and I think our backs are a little bit shell shocked that they're not able to get out ahead of them, and that Tipper finding players running as well, so and they have pace. So it's a tough one enough, a tough half now so far from the backs.
But still a bit industrious.
But if we got the ball up towards full forward line, we look dangerous.
And here comes her, drills this one down towards Emer Kelly. The ball overhits it, but it comes out being picked up by Ciara Maher. Ciara Maher gives it back in, but here's Grace O'Brien. Grace O'Brien working, and she seems to have the freedom of midfield. Gets the ball in. Here comes Roisin Howard again. Out to O'Brien. O'Brien turns off our right hand side.
Great score.
Pat, that's excellent camogie. Every 4 hot passes, all stuck. 1 goal and 7 for Tip. 4 points for Clare.
The awareness of the Tip players is unbelievable, Leo. There's nobody hitting Hail Marys. There was a few 10, 15, 20 metre pop passes there, one after the other, all stuck in the hand, and it's finally given to the player in best position, and from about 63 or 4 metres out, she banged it over the bar. Great score. And
the ball is up with Lorna McNamara in the middle of the field here for Clare, and she's blocked on by McGrath. McGrath pips it on. There's a change in the Clare. It's Caoimhe Kelly now picking up Clodagh McIntyre in a switch with Grogan. Grogan gone off out the field, but the ball comes out to Susan Daly. Well done. She gets out ahead of Ginny Grace, and that's what you have to do. Get out in front of her player. Daly does well. A high ball in towards Muireann Scanlon. Muireann Scanlon now gone into a forward position. Been fouled there by Mary Ryan. Mary Ryan, as any good back woman would do, argues her case, but Muireann Scanlon now gone out. Is she still in the middle of the field? We're not sure. Seems to be going forward, but Clare are going to have to do something about the middle of the field, Pat, because Caoimhe Carmody and Muireann Scanlon seem to be being overrun in the middle of the field by Grace O'Brien and Niamh Tracy.
Yeah, we've been overpowered very badly in the middle of the field. That's why our backs are under such pressure, Leo. The few balls we get up have been either long poke outs or maybe Niamh O'Dee's great pass inside. We're just not dominant there at all, and we'll have to get into it there in that area. So hopefully the changes now we'll get Clare a bit more possession, because inside I'd say we could do a bit of damage if we got enough ball in, the likes of Anya Loughlin and Zien and the rest of them, and Lauren as well. But that's gone.
That's a good free from Chloe Morey. Go on and a good free from Chloe from 70 metres out, and makes it 1-7 for Tipperary. 5 points for Clare. 21 minutes gone here in Cadla, here in Simple Stadium at Thurles. And here comes on this Statry. Has a relatively quiet afternoon up to now. And here comes the puck out. Comes out to Emer, out to Aoife McGrath. Clare are giving up the puck out. Gives the ball down towards the wing forward, Casey Hennessy. But who's in? It comes to Emer Lookman. Emer Lookman is the corner back, but she's quite happy to play anywhere over. Hits her pass there for Casey Hennessy. Scanlon gets it out to Kelly. And here's where you want Emer Kelly running at the... And a pullback, and Aoife McGrath would want to tread carefully. She's already on a court debris, and she stopped the run of Emer Kelly a kind of a professional obstruction, Pat.
Well, like I say, the message in the Tip dressing room today and all the week was do not let Clare's base forward, Emer Kelly, run at our defence, stop her if you one way or another, and that's 2 or 3 fouls she's drawn now, and fair play to Emer, she'll take the game to Tip. So a real chance now for is it Lorna is going to take it?
No, Chloe Murray.
Chloe Murray's coming up. She's going to take it, yeah.
70 be on the
I
6.
think outside 45 it says Chloe's.
Yeah, there's no 60 metres out from the Tipperary goal, and she has struck 2 marvellous frees already here from her here in this first half. Can she narrow the deficit? It's 1-7 to 5 points. That's a 5 points differential here at this moment in time. Chloe, there's no doubt she'll have the distance. She has had accuracy twice already, and she has the accuracy once again on this occasion. Pat, that's marvellous striking from Chloe Murray. 1-7 to 6 points.
Well, Leo, if Chloe Moore did nothing else at all in the game, for that alone she's worth her place, because to get scores from 65, 75, 70 metres out from frees like that, maybe 4 or 5 times a game, is absolutely fantastic. And what a striker now. She is contributed in play as well, obviously, but that's invaluable.
She has the free roll, Pat, back there in the half back line. The puck comes out towards the middle, out towards Ginny Grace. Ginny Grace gets away from the challenge of Susan Daly, out to Casey Hennessy. Here's Hennessy, she's taking on Chloe Murray, and she's leaving Chloe Murray in her wake. This Tipperary team has pace, gets the ball in, and that went in towards Ginny Grace. Lucky that didn't stick, but it's cut out. Good play by the Clare defence. Susan Daly comes out. In fairness, that was a lucky escape for Clare, Pat, because they seem to be able, when you're running at that Clare defence, as you said, there seems to be a small bit of a lack of pace back there, and again, runners coming through, Pat, and it's hard to stop them.
It's hard to stop them, but the one other thing that featured that's very important is practically every ball they're going to catch is sticking to their hands, so they're getting first control, which gives you advantage straight away. There's no such thing as the ball being dropped and the second time to pick it, and the defence can set up properly. Lorna in position up the right wing.
Good catch, good free from Clare out to Lorna McNamara. Lorna McNamara gets away from Aoife McRae. That's a great ball from Lorna in towards the goalie. Good safe hands from Slattery. Slattery comes out, the goalkeeper comes out, pops the ball out to Mary Ryan. Mary Ryan takes on Lorna, takes on the challenge. He salvas Tipperary, they're taking on the first challenge. Here comes Mary Ryan. Gets away from a weak challenge there from William Scanlon, so we say. Gets the ball out to Ciara Maher. Ciara Maher overhits the pass. Here comes to Susan Daly. Daly playing well in the half back line, but no players up there. He's going to come out. Who's out? Is it the cornerback? It's Julianne Burke for Tipperary. She pops the ball up to Grace O'Brien. Grace O'Brien gets away from the challenge of Queefer Carmody. Gets the ball down towards Devane. Oh, what a pass from Devane. She got out in front of Claire Herr. She puts the ball in. But who's back there? Maury back in the pocket. Gets the ball out towards Aoife Keane. Here comes Aoife Keane for Clare. Gets the ball. Lovely pop pass out to Kelly. Kelly and Lukeman. Can Kelly get it on and take on a run here? She's 80 metres out, good, decided on this occasion to get the ball into O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin gets out in front of Courtney Ryan. Here comes Anya. Can she turn Courtney Ryan? Support is not there, but she has to hit the ball across, and it only comes to Ciara Maher, the tip wing back. And she gets it out to Grace O'Brien. Grace O'Brien now going to be challenged by Niamh O'Dea. O'Brien just drives this ball down, looking for... It's blocked out by Queever Kelly, but it's dirty down to Roisin Howard. Howard playing around with it, gets the ball, pops the ball into Niamh Tracy. Tracy puts the ball across his face, just Clodagh McIntyre. McIntyre over the top, not the greatest decision making from Clodagh McIntyre, in all the way to the safe position of Dearden Murphy. Dearden maybe might have been better advised to drive it on that occasion, but she gets it to Heher. Here comes Heher, gets away from Ginny Grace. Heher gets the ball out towards Aoife Keane. Ina Kilnamona combining over in the first in front of the Ardán Rian. Aoife Keane gets the ball into the middle to Grogan. Good catch, good control by Grogan. Gets it out to Susan Daly. This is better from Clare, going through the lines. Queefer Carmody is available on the far side of the field, but Susan goes in, puts the ball into Anya. This will be a tremendous score if Clare can finish. Anya, Pat, that's brilliant camogie from Clare, from Anya Loughlin. That score started with Dylan Murphy. That's textbook camogie, Pat.
There was about 5 hurley passes there, Leo, and intelligent use of the ball, good running as well, and didn't just Clare overloaded with forwards up in place, so Anya Loughlin had plenty of work to do, but a great finish. Clare's clearly best point, almost as good as Tips, really great one there 10 minutes ago. 26
minutes gone, Tipperary 1 goal and 7. Clare 7 points, so only 3 points Ilan Afona, Aaron Townshend. The puck out, good block down by Grogan, but it comes to Tracy, and Tip now maybe getting a bit complacent. If Clare could get Clodagh McIntyre, gets the ball back into Lukeman. Lukeman drives this one down. who's inside. Kelly does well, but she's fouled, and good play by Caoimhe Kelly. She was fouled from behind there by Cartavan. But Pat, Claire, come on to terms with this tip challenge.
Well, do you know something? We match them point for point now. I mean, the long range threes with Chloe have helped an awful lot, but there was a couple of great points from play. Particularly that last one was a great team score altogether. You said starting back in our own square with Darren Murphy, and great play up along the field, and intelligent play, and that's what you've got to do. But I think what I'd just love to see better ball going into the full forward line, and maybe a little bit more support up there, because I think there might be goals in that tip full back line. When the ball goes into Ani, she looks threatening. When it goes into Zian, even there a few times she has got it, she looks like she might be able to beat her player. Lorna Mack the same. I don't really see Lorna out in the half line, to be honest with you. I think she's a finisher. I don't know if she has, maybe, she hasn't played much hurling out maybe around the middle of the field area or the right wing where she is now, but I suppose you can't put them all in there. But look at 3 points. I think they've taken that 10 minutes ago when we were 5 or 6 down. Yeah,
and look to be an onslaught, but look at they've kind of repelled that tip challenge, and here's a free for Claire Herr. Neva D, Diarmuid Kirwan having a word with Neva D to Doon Dovale. I'd say she was giving him a bit of advice, and here's this free from Claire Herr. Goes up the far side towards Emma Kelly. Great block down there by Lorna McNamara, but she's robbed by Tracy over on the far side of the field. But the ball comes to Kelly. Kelly is causing temporary problems.
And for God's sake.
I am not too sure what that one. Look, he's given it for charging, but he's let 1 or 2 off. But Emer, I think she was only trying to make space.
She was going through a gap there. I thought Lewan dragged down. That's what I thought.
The Tipperary defender was Aoife McGrath, was cute enough, stood in front of her, and she went to push her out of the way, and that's what you can't do that. But can Clare now? There's 2 minutes of added time here in this first half, so that means there's 4 minutes left here. McGrath goes down along the side. Brilliant block down by Aoife Keane. Keane has really turned it into the game of wing back. Has taken a good few steps there, but gets this ball into Zian, and the ball is flicked away towards McGrath gets the ball out. Devan, here comes Devan, gets out in front of Chloe Morey, but brilliant defending by Caoimhe Kelly, the woman from Kilkishen, but careering up here in front of Arda, the Kinane stand, going into, but loses it into traffic, and here comes Devan with the pop pass to Ciara Maher, where's it going to go? She's going looking for McIntyre, the ball blocked down by McIntyre. It comes to Casey Hennessy who's run, but the ball comes out to Susan Daly. Neva D back in her own half back line now. This says Neva D tried to come out, she's fouled there by Grace O'Brien, and Clare are going to get more out of Neva D. Pat, we haven't mentioned her too much in the game. She won that ball back in her own half back line. She's now back up in the forwards.
Well, she left the referee, no doubt she was being fouled anyway. She great flailing of the arms there to get the free. Yeah, I mean, the player of her quality you want her involved fully, and I mean around the middle of the third you'd imagine she'd be more involved, but the Tip have had so much possession is that popping the ball around to each other a lot of the first half is that a few Clare players haven't been on the ball as much as you'd like, but they are still well in the game. Now, let's face it, 3 points isn't bad at all, not having played too well.
No, that's a great free from Moore. That's a brilliant catch from Zian. Here comes Zian, she's breaking in along the corner. Anya Loughlin is free. Here's Anya Loughlin. There's a chance of a green one. There's a green one from Anya Loughlin. That's a great score. 1 goal and 7. That goal was all about Zian Spillane.
Well, Zian did brilliantly. I mean, she's diminutive and she's full of energy. Beautiful control, catch the first time, sidestep, and a brilliant flick across. Great finish from Anya. That now we're watering. This will give them great confidence. 1-7. We said we take the 3 point deficit. Not been too bad. We'll certainly take the draw. It's been very good for up half time.
I think Pat now's the time to drive on. 1-7 to 1-7. The puck out from Anya Statry. She had a great block out by Kelly. Kelly is playing with a cornerback. That's Caoimhe Carmody out to Susan Daly. And Susan Daly coming up along. She's been chased by Niamh Tracy. Maybe it would have been advised to let her go. Out to Eva Kelly. Neva D. Here comes Neva D. Clare are in the ascendancy. Can we get another score? Eva Kelly, we're going to be in the lead. A shot from Ema. Unfortunately, there's a tail and goes out to the left hand side and gone wide. An exciting, tremendous game of Munster Championship Camogie.
The game has really picked up, not just because Clare are going well, both teams are playing well now, you could say, and it's a really high quality game in fairness. And as I said, Clare beginning to use the ball a lot more now, and we need a bit more 50-50s as well. And here we are going to get possession again. I'm thinking, well done.
And here's a ball all from Aoife Keane. Keane is playing very well in that half back line. Niamh Tracy gets out, but she's robbed by Linda Daly. Linda gets the ball out to Carmody. Carmody has been quiet, but she gets a crossfield ball for Anya Loughlin. Anya Loughlin and Courtney Ryan. There's no other word. Loughlin has the beating of Courtney Ryan. The ball comes out to Lorna. She started the half with a score. Can she finish with a score? She pops the ball, but she's knocked away by Emer Lukeman. Emer Lukeman for Tipperary takes on the challenge, and she's being pulled back there by Lorna McNamara. But if ever there was a good free given, that's a good free. Willie Barrett here nodding approvingly here, the former inter-county referee who's in the Hawkeye box here, but nodding approvingly here at that free given away by Lorna McNamara. We're 30 seconds left here in the first half. It's level pegging in the Munster Senior Camogie semi-final. Puck across from Aoife McGrath, looking for Clodagh McIntyre. McIntyre, Grogan does better on this occasion, gets out in front. Who in come the cavalry is Roisin Howard. Howard gets the ball off to McIntyre, and here she goes. Clodagh McIntyre, will she go for a score? That's a shot from McIntyre. Indeed, she has probably been Tipperary's player of the first half. Puts Tip back into lead. 1 goal and 8 for Tipperary, Pat. 1 goal and 7 for Clare. This will probably be the last puck out of the first half. And Jordan gives a shot out to Claire Heher. Claire Heher, they're going to take on Casey Hennessy. She gets the ball into the middle. Lorna, can she drive this one for Clare? Gets it. Puts it blocked down by Emer McGrath. Going to come towards Emer Kelly. Kelly is done well. She gets the ball back out to Carmody. Carmody take on Tracy. Out to Muirton Scanlon. Can Scanlon get a score? Indeed, Scanlon gets a score. We're level pegging again. This is a tremendous up and down the field camogie match. Looks like we're going to start the second half. As we started the first half. Level pegging and on the statue, and Dermot Kilburn calls in the slitter. It's let here in Simple Stadium in Thurles, and the Clare crowd that are in at this moment. Rice the Clare team went in. A tremendous recovery, Pat. Tipperary 1-8, Clare 1-8.
Clare finished the half brilliantly, Leo. In the last 10 minutes, we've been the better team, having taken a fair bit of punishment and running at us by Tip before that, and Tip got some fine scores indeed and used the ball brilliantly. Tip won most of the rucks a bit early on, but in the last few minutes, even before the goal, Clare just getting into a bit of the half-back line, getting Nivo D has been on the ball more. The quarterback Kelly has been very, very good. Cueva Kelly excellent. Clare Hare, of course, dominant as much as possible in there. Aoife Keane has been in the game as well, and that gave us a bit more of a platform, and certainly the use of the ball has been great. I did say our forwards inside looked dangerous enough, Leo, with the limited ball they've got. Brilliant goal work between Zian and Anya Loughlin, and Lorna's got blocked down once or twice there, and again I think she'd be much happier inside Leo, where she could give an outside step. Here the distance is just that bit far for shooting, so when she's trying to pass it in, she's more used to being finishing than linking up, so maybe they will stick her inside and the edge of the square. I'd put Zian and herself in opposite positions, because Zian would be used to being out the field a bit, but look, that's just my opinion, and that doesn't count at all today. What counts is management have got the team to play so well in the last 10 minutes of this half, to draw 1-8 each. Really enjoyable game of camogie, top class standards on a beautiful pitch, so I'll have to look forward to the second half.
And we can at the moment go without congratulating the Clare camogie team, who overcame the challenge of Waterford yesterday in the Munster Senior semi-final, so our Munster camogie semi-final, so they're into the Munster final against an opposition to be yet decided, and minor, the Clare Junior Camogies have a Munster semi-final tomorrow against Cork, and there's a meeting of management out there. I see Alan Duggan, the statsman, down from the stand. You wouldn't have as many at the back door at Mess on a Sunday, but look at such his management team at the moment, and they're discussing. They must be quite happy to go through with what the first 30 minutes, definitely maybe not the full 30 minutes. Very happy with the last 10 minutes, Pat, and look at level pegging. We look forward to the second half.
Yeah, I'd say Tipperary wondering why they're not ahead, because they dominated 20 minutes, 22 or 3 minutes of the game, I suppose. But it's all about taking your scores, and Clare's been very efficient as we have only maybe one, maybe two wides maximum, and we just haven't had as much ball up there. But when we've threatened, and the scores are in, there's no question about it. So they'll go in now very confident. I think it's great to get a goal before half time. It lifts everybody, and they now know that they can match keep in all facets of this game, and a lot to look forward to in the second half. Can't wait for it.
Yeah, and with that we're going to take a break here from Simple Stadium in Thurles. Here, as we take our break from our broadcast brought to you in association with Derek Credit Union, and our outside broadcast sponsored by Michael Long Construction. From Simple Stadium at half time is Tipperary 1 goal and 8, Clare 1 goal and 8, and we hit back to the studio and a bit of music. And you're very welcome back here to Simple Stadium in Thurles here for this second half of the Munster Senior Championship Camogie semi-final. Clare back out on the field of play. We just wait and see, is there any changes on the Clare team? Positional changes maybe. Same personnel, Pat, going no change of personnel. Same.
Everything is as it is. Yeah. Leo as well as
Neva D gone to midfield and Werden Scanlon gone to corner forward. Other than that, it is as was. So as the Tipperary Collini come out onto the field, there's a change on the Tipperary team. It looks like, is it Caoimhe McCarthy from Knockavilla is in the middle of the field. So we see who's gone off for Tipperary. It looks like Niamh Tracy. He's gone off for Tipperary. Yeah, and he's replaced number 9. Niamh Tracy's gone off and replaced by Caoimhe McCarthy. I thought Tracy had a good enough first half. Must have picked up an injury. So. On the start, now going defending the goal to the town end, and it's Caoimhe McCarthy straight into the van, fouled by Neva D here very early in the start of the very second half. Darren Murphy now at the Killisland end. Here comes Grace O'Brien with this low free, not the best thing to do, and well cut out by Susan Daly. Daly gets it out to Carmody. Carmody loses it to Grace O'Brien. Carmody not having the best of outings here, getting the ball comes out, but here it comes to Caoimhe Kelly. Here's one of Clare's major positives, Caoimhe Kelly playing well, gets the ball down to Mary Ryan. The ball over hits Muireann Scanlon, but Ryan, she goes to ground, pushing the back by Muireann Scanlon, and maybe Pat, there's a bit of drizzle out there now, ground maybe getting a bit slippy also.
Yeah, silly free there, because when the back is under pressure pressing their own goal, there's no point to pushing them at all. Just stand them up and see what will happen. But there's a free anyway, and Clare defending here now. Clare here.
Hehar done well, read that situation quite well. Gets the ball out towards OD. Clare need more out of OD as she's taken on the challenge. Does well, gets away from Grace O'Brien, careering down in front of here, and a foul there by Caoimhe McCarthy, and Neva D gone to ground, and
Caoimhe's first input has been a fairly physical one.
Yeah, she's been involved, and she's going to get a quarter now for her introduction, and OD seemed to hit the ground fairly hard there, and she may have been quiet, but she's been putting herself about, and Clare would want her back on the field to play sooner rather than later. Dermot Kevin introduced himself to Caoimhe McCarthy. I don't think this is going to be the last time they're going to meet one another here during this second half, but a chance for Chloe Morey to maybe put Clare into the lead here. A yellow card for Caoimhe, and here comes Chloe Morey. This free going to be 55 metres out from the Tipperary goal, right out here in front of Ardon Equinon, and Chloe and Niamh getting attention, and Dermot Kirwan giving all the time. Indeed, is it Lorna is coming out to take it? They're going to have a discussion. Pat, it looks like it's Lorna, and by God, youth takes over, and
I thought Chloe, this is what 60 metres probably, nearly beyond, not beyond her range, but I thought to be more suited to Chloe, but it's out on the sideline, so maybe.
She started the first half with a plan, Pat, and look at, hopefully she's going to do the very same here. We're level pegging. It's 1 goal and 8 to 1 goal and 8. 2 minutes gone here in the second half, and here comes Lorna McNamara. That's a tremendous strike from McNamara. She has the distance, but unfortunately seems to be forcing it to get accuracy, Pat, and there might be a slight breeze even though the flags are blowing down, and she seemed to have to force it. The score remains 1 goal and 8 to 1 goal and 8. What Clare would do to get a quick score here in the second half, and we'll get a judge of the breeze here from this Puckamock from the Coolbara. Anya Statry, she's going to go short, and she could go short out towards Aoife McGrath, and here's where Tipperary started a lot of attacks in the first half. Here comes McGrath, but Anya Loughlin takes her up because she carried that a long way, gets the ball into Roisin Howard, but just cut out by Emma Kelly working hard. Lorna goes into traffic, gets it, pops the lovely ball to Loughlin. Can you Loughlin shoot? Well, a brilliant block down by Mary Ryan out towards Grace O'Brien. O'Brien, the midfielder, coming carrying up here for tip. She's gone very close to the sideline. Tremendous tackle there by Lorna McNamara to put O'Brien out over the sideline. And Pat, the runner's not moving even as fluently for Tipperary as they did in the first half.
That's a faction, or is Clare up the intensity. I thought Clare were maybe a little bit shy in the first 20-15 minutes of the game in terms of tackling and in terms of maybe confidence to chase things down as well as they should, but certainly they're growing in confidence, and with that confidence gets you, it helps you make tackles and make interventions that you might normally do. So they're playing with great confidence now and tackling harder, and Tip as a result aren't getting as much easy chances.
The ball is up with Grace O'Brien. Grace O'Brien gets it out to Casey Hennessy as the Clare hurling team have arrived for their Munster Championship game. The ball goes into Roisin Howard. Howard gets the pop pass out to Caught Devan with a nonchalant strike, and caught Devan won't be happy with that when it goes out to the left hand side and gone wide. A quick puck out from Darren Murphy out towards Aoife Keane. Aoife Keane taking on the challenger Casey Hennessy. Keane has played well, gets the ball out to Carmody. Carmody has been quiet, gets the ball, good ball from Carmody in towards Zien. Zien moving out to the corner, taking out Julianne. Zien goes down, she made a run just before half time in along the corner, made a goal, and here she goes again. She has Julianne in trouble, Julianne Burke, but Zien does it, gets the ball out towards Emer Kelly and Lukeman. Emer Kelly knocks Lukeman off the ball. Zien is in to help, and who coming out is Lukeman trying to get it. She lets fly, and the ball comes off the stick of Emer Kelly out over the sideline. Pat, at least the tennis is there's nothing uncontested. Every ball has been fought for with vigour.
Yeah, Zian nearly got in along the inline there again, but good work by the defender, and it broke out in towards Emer Kelly out the sideline, and just off the clearance from Luke Memphis off of Hurley. So it's a tough old sideline area for Tip. It's either own 14-metre line, so if she doesn't get distance here, Claire's will be in a good position.
She gets good distance, she gets it out towards Russian Hall, but the ball comes out to Grace O'Brien. Grace O'Brien, or is Lorna McNamara? I thought she had claims for a free there. The ball comes into the middle. It comes out towards Merlin Scanlon, but Lorna is coming through, flicks it away in one hand. Mary Ryan trying to get up for Tipperary, one hand not great. Cueva Carmody fighting for the ball, but it comes out. Who is coming out with it? It is the centre back. Is Burke. Gets it out to Howard. Here comes Roisin Howard, goes back into traffic, and she's held up by Nivo D. And I tell you, Neve and I tell Dermot will be having a couple of fuckling a reach in the ear of Nivo D, but it's Aoife McGrath for Tipperary. Claire in the ascendancy, but not putting it on the board. McGrath gets a lovely ball down. It's cut up by one of Claire's best players here in this championship game is Aoife Keane. Out to Carmody. Carmody back to Nivo D. Nivo D trying to take on. Gets the ball out to Aoife Keane. Here comes Keane. Sells a lovely dummy there to the cornerback, and the ball comes out to Merton Scanlon, fouled. And Claire guilty of giving away a soft freeze, Pat.
Yeah, and as well as that, the players aren't making the runs because on Aoife Keane they had no choice but to kind of deliver that fairly long. But you know there was no one running into space. It was a girl that was marked, and Scanlon gave away the free then. And
the ball great free from McGrath out to Cort Devan. Devan is fouled by Susan Daly. Cort had left Claire Heher a clean pair of heels, but Cort Devan. Pat, I think we're looking at the wide open expanse of Simple Stadium, which is brilliant for Camogie, but it's very hard for these girls to get delivery to bypass the sweeper.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, both sides are fairly expensive and maybe lacking personnel up front, and Claire had, as I said, Aoife Keane had nobody to aim there at all in any kind of space, and that's what led to a situation where we could concede a free from a long range free, and he's over the bar. Yeah,
Cort Devan, I suppose Chloe had the hurley up, so he made the umpire's job easy. 1 goal and 9 for Tip, 1 goal and 8 for Claire, and a quick puck out towards Chloe Morey. Chloe, the sharp puck from Derren, work well, goes out, but it's going to be blocked down by Maher. Indeed, Maher lets it pass, and it comes to Emer Kelly. Emer Kelly, she's getting away from Emer Lukeman. It's Emer on Emer. The ball in on top of Anya Statry. You could nearly hear her calling for that one. And there was a high pull there. I think there could be. I think there could be a cart. I think Anya, she had the hurley waving rather liberally as the umpire, but the ball was there to be contested, Pat. Maybe the control of the goalie, the ball did go up into the air. I'd say, is he going to have a cart? He's having a word with Anya. I think Anya kind of came out with that guilty expression of it coming out, but look, safety is paramount. It was nothing untoward.
The ball, the goalie miscontrolled the ball. We went up in the air a little bit and was in an effort to flick at the ball on Loughlin's hurley. We did make contact with the goalie, who in fairness made the most of it, went down heavy and made sure she was going to get her free and the yellow card given. So, look, one of those things, it's happened. But Claire maybe not as fluent in the first 7 minutes of the second half, not as fluent as they had been in the last 10 minutes of the first half. And, I think Tip have upped it defensively as well. They're marking it really, really tight. Even Emer Kelly there couldn't really get away with that shot in.
And Pat, looking at the scoreboard, did they give the last point? He's not gone up in either scoreboard as of yet. Right. He's still 1-8 to 1-8. So, but I think it was given by the umpire, so we'll go with the 1-9 to 1-8. So maybe we might get a check on that, and we'll see what happens. But it's a free going to be coming out for the Tipperary keeper. Good to see her back on her feet is Anya Statry, knee heavily strapped there, so must be carrying an injury. Here comes Statry, strikes it well. Definitely the breeze is favouring Clare in the second half. The ball goes out, but out towards Carmody. Carmody a bit more in the game here in the second half. Goes to ground, but she loses it to Grace O'Brien. Grace O'Brien is being held back there and being robbed, but here comes out to Lukeman. Clare have a chance with Nivo D. Niamh O'Dea pops it. There's a chance for Anya Loughlin. And if Lyndon Daly if she can pop the ball, O'Loughlin. Shot, that's a tremendous score. Anya Loughlin. In fairness, Pat, if you were given the player of the game for Clare in the first 40 minutes, Anya Loughlin would be well up there.
Her finishing, her ball winning and her finishing is exemplary. I mean, if it could get more one-on-ones with her and the full-back, she has the full-backs measure, no question, and there's goals for Anya, I'd say, but we have to get that real quality ball in. As I said, easier said than done, but very, very effective so far.
Ball poked out towards Aoife McGrath, but Aoife McGrath, she gets it out towards Aoife Keane and Casey Hennessy. Keane doing well. Keane has it for Clare, breaking out. Here she comes, she's breaking out. She's gone into traffic, gets away. Lorna McNamara comes in to assist her. Good play by McNamara. Gets the ball to O'Dea. To Clare. And here comes O'Dea. Can O'Dea get away? She does get away. There's a chance for Clare. Meredith Scanlon is on the overlap. But the ball goes out to the very, very busy Interstreet Grace O'Brien for Tipperary. Grace O'Brien with a funny kind of a hand pass there out towards Ciara Maher. Maher and Linda Daly. I think Ciara Maher's Linda Daly, she would have taught Linda Daly going to secondary school. And Linda Daly pulls, caught the van going to ground. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Ciara Maher's mother is Miss Minogue down there in St. Anne's in Killaloe, who she would have been involved in the coaching of Linda Daly there in her early days. It's a free going to be taken by, is it the same said, Ciara Maher. It's 1 goal and 9 to 1 goal and 8 by the scoreboard.
Clare on the scoreboard.
By the scoreboard, we think there might be a ball. The ball comes into Casey Hennessy. Clare are doing well in the half-back line. Chloe Morey loses it, but she loses it to Claire Hogan. But Kelly comes in, and Aoife Keane comes in for Clare. Well. Out to Carmody. Carmody has to get rid of this one. She goes into traffic. Here comes Quiva Carmody. Gets it out. Daly comes in. Linda Daly. That's good play by Linda Daly to come in and arrest the situation. Maybe would there be a change with Linda Daly with Quiva Carmody going to wing forward? Would that be a better move, Pat, in these stages?
Yeah, Quiva Carmody isn't overly strong, and she seems to be running into trouble with the ball a lot, and not able to get rid of it. No, she's getting on the ball, but she's not able to release it the way you'd want for effectively. Lucky enough that time it broke to was it anybody or Linda Daly, who did very well to win the free. But now Chloe capable of putting this over. She has a bit of a breeze
and the flags have just blown up at the right time, so Chloe hit it while the flags are blowing. Get it in there quick in around the danger area. But I think with the quality of Chloe Morey striking, this could go all the way. And here comes Chloe. This is right on the square, on the Carnoiga. But is it?
Right.
She had the distance, but not the accuracy. A couple of scores gone a big one for Clare. But look, we're in the ascendancy. By the official scoreboard, it's 1-9 to 1-8. We're not sure whether that free from Cortavan was given. It's pucked out from Anya Steptree out to Mary Ryan. Mary Ryan for Tipperary coming up along here. Going to be challenged now by Anya Loughlin. Gets the ball down. Devan lets it go inside Clare Hare. Oh, she flicks the ball into Clare Hogan. Quiva Kelly bought it away. But here comes Hogan for Tipperary. Great block down by Grogan. Grogan does well. Kicks it out to Emer, out to Quiva Kelly. Quiva Kelly is fouled by Clare Hogan. Lucky escape for Clare, though, Pat.
Lucky escape for Clare is right. A lovely flick inside there on the ground again, Leo. They're releasing each other on with quick round balls, and it's very, very effective tip. Haven't seen that for a while in Cogue. You're hurling recently because it's been nearly everything handled, but a quick flick on the ground can release the player into space pretty quickly, and that's what Tip did there. So good defending in the long run by Clare.
And here comes Clare Hare with his free, strikes it up along the side, looking for Lorna. Lorna goes up, but the ball breaks down to Aoife McGrath for Tipperary. Aoife McGrath gets it out. I tell you, here comes the Roisin Howard. Roisin Howard has been conspicuous by her absence, but she gets the ball into Grace O'Brien. This could overrun away from Grace O'Brien. Grace O'Brien, and the ball is flicked off there by Carmody. In fairness, Carmody might be playing as well, but she's working her socks off.
That, just she wasn't able to release it as effective as she'd like, but she's working very hard in the game.
And the ball comes out to McIntyre, and this is the lady who don't want running at you, and here she comes. Claudia McIntyre for Tipperary. A shot from McIntyre, and that's over the bar. And officially we're level here in Simple Stadium. We're waiting to see what is that score from Cortavan given. We're waiting to see whether that score was given by for Cortavan. But at the moment it's cool. Agus ne Colini, Tipper Dorn, cool agus ne Colini, Ferden Kunten Clark. Great catch by.
The scoreboard is correct. We've been informed.
Okay, scoreboard is correct, and the ball comes out to Roisin Howard. Roisin Howard crossing off her own 65, gets the ball into Devan. Devan now beginning to show, gets out in front of Quiva Kelly. She presses it back to Ginny Grace, out to Clare Hogan. Should be one easy shot for Derren Murphy. Indeed, it is an easy shot for Derren. Derren gets it out to Aoife Keane, hand passes it away, and Casey Hennessy had closed it down, but Keane does well, gets the ball, but she's blocked inside, and it's a bit of pinball in there, and the ball comes to McIntyre. Clare. We're 30 metres out from the Clare goal. Is Dermot going to throw in the ball on this occasion? He's a little play develop. Who's going to come out with it? Aoife Keane. She's like building Sandcastle. They're digging in there trying to get it out. Susan Daly has it, but now they've all is in the safe hands of Dermot Kerwin, who's going to throw it in. We're level pegging. It's 1-9 each here. 13 minutes gone here in the second half in Simple Stadium in this Munster Senior Championship Camogie semi-final. The ball breaks out to Chloe Morey. Tipperary player gone to ground, and here it comes to Devane. But Aoife Keane, she breaks it down. It comes to Casey Hennessy free up.
Charging, no. Okay.
Charging, a 50-50 decision.
Anyway.
But who's at the centre of it again? Nivo D. She's stuck in everything that's going here. But it's a chance for Devane to put Tipper Dorn into the lead here. Her free right on the edge of the D here as Tipperary playing into the Killisland end. The wind beginning to blow up here in the favourite Clare here in the second half. And
I'm trying to see where Nibody is lining up. Actually, she's lining up on midfield now, on the Tipperary midfielder there in the middle. So it looks like she's kind of a roving game today.
Yeah, a roving game. And Clare now have to try and get back here again. There's a point. Jordan Murphy, is she going to go long? She goes long on this occasion. Down on top of Lorna McNair, who seems to be the go-to player. Ball breaks down to Grace O'Brien, but it's Emer Kelly. Emer Kelly gets away. Here she comes, Emer Kelly, careering into the Tipperary half of the field. She has thrown. That's a tremendous score from Emer Kelly. That's one of the scores of the day, Pat, and that's Emer Kelly at her very, very best. Tipperary 110, Clare 110.
Signature Emer Kelly picked it up, rounded her player,
left him for dead.
Loping long stride and a brilliant strike from the right side, 43 or 4 metres out. Lovely score.
Here comes the puck out from Anya Statry to Aoife McGrath. Aoife McGrath, she could be pulled for overcarrying. She gets it, she passes the ball into Howard. Howard is the playmaker from the centre forward position here. She gets it, she goes back in, and here Clare have it closed down. It's with Aoife McGrath. McGrath drives the ball up into the corner. I tell you one thing, where it is Aoife Keane. Aoife Keane has had a tremendous game here in the first 45 minutes for Clare.
Her positional sense is brilliantly. She's always where that ball is coming down the Tipperary left wing. Aoife is always meeting that ball before her player and are just reading the high ones as well. Fabulous player, and great to see her back to full fitness as well. A super player for Clare, and I'm kill them on over recent years.
And a substitution on for Tipperary, Nicole Walsh on, and it looks like is it the corner forward? Is it Claire Hogan is going off? Yeah, Claire Hogan gone off the Tipperary team, replaced by Nicole Walsh. And
Werner Scanlon down injured for Clare.
Werner Scanlon down injured for Clare. Any sub? No, it doesn't seem to be any sub warming up. So it looks like Werner is okay. Werner working hard for Clare. It's a line ball. Grace O'Brien hits it in towards the corner, looking for Casey Hennessy. Hennessy for Tipperary pops it in towards the same new sub in this Nicole Walsh, and the ball breaks in. It comes into Susan Daly. Susan Daly is robbed, and the ball comes out to the sub. It's Quiva McCarthy. She pushed the ball across where Chloe is going to have to go on a jog, and it comes out. It's Chloe Morey and Claudia McIntyre. Chloe gets it out towards Linda Daly. Linda was a bit, and the ball comes into McIntyre. McIntyre's as busy as a bee, but indeed here comes the eagle-eyed Darren Murphy. Darren clears it going towards the sanctuary of the sideline, out towards Merlin Scanlon. Scanlon pushed in the back, and the ball goes off the stick. He's given the free, and fairness, good refereeing by Kerwin. I think he got a signal there on that occasion, because Merlin was definitely pushed out over. It's 1-10 apiece here. 47 minutes gone here in the first half. Is it a line ball, or is it going to be a free? We'll wait and see what Dermot is going to do. He's going to have a word with someone. He's going to have a word. No, he's telling one of the Clare mentors there. Telling one of the Clare mentors down there who would be closely associated to a former manager of county teams, just to maybe doing the veil. But look at, they're playing well and tensions are high here, and it
is a free, yeah.
It's a free. He's given a free. Chloe Morey, 50 metres out from her own goal. What Clare would do with a score?
It looked like Aoife Keane was lined up for a line ball there. She thought it was a line ball, but definitely it's a free, yeah.
Yeah,
properly
free, and Chloe, this will get down around the danger area. Any runners are going for Clare. Anya Loughlin makes a move. Lorna makes the move. She hits it cross field. She spots the run of Lorna McNamara. That's a great ball if it breaks in behind, in towards the end. Well, who has it? It's Loughlin, the one player that you want on the ball for Clare here. But the ball comes out to Ciara Maher. Maher being chased by Lorna McNamara, and gets the ball in. It comes out to Cueva, out to Claude Ryan gets it out. Here comes Tipperary, gets the ball out to Roisin Howard. Howard coming now, getting away. She has the freedom of Simple Stadium. And here she goes. She hits it in towards the corner, looking for Grogan, but Grogan gets it past. She got out in front of Ginny Grace. Here comes McIntyre. McIntyre gets inside Susan Daly, gets it here to Ginny Grace. A chop from Ginny Grace. Got her and dressed on, and
could have been a goal, Leo.
Could have been a goal. It's 111 to 110. Clear Grogan made the run out in front. The ball bypassed her, didn't bypass Susan, and Tip had runners coming off the shoulder, but Ginny Grace, thank God, put the ball over the bar. 1 goal and 11 for Tip, 1 goal and 10 for Clare in this broadcast. So brought you in association with their credit union and our outside broadcast sponsored by Michael Long Construction. The ball is out with from the puck out from Durden. I thought they came off the stick because Lorna lifted. I thought they came off the stick of the Tipperary midfielder, but the linesman, in fairness to him, was a lot closer towards the air in front of our Darnell Green. Aoife McGrath, she's been all over the field. Here's the Tip player that's going to cause problems. He's McIntyre. Her father was a tremendous centre back for Tipperary in the past, John McIntyre, and that ball goes over the bar from Nicole Walsh. Pat Claude McIntyre, her father was a tremendous hurler, also a manager, tremendous journalist,
manager, everything else.
The daughter is going well.
She's flying. She's the biggest danger in their forward line. She's very, very lively on her feet. Well able to strike it over the bar as well. A lovely player to watch, in fairness to her. They're actually their most dangerous forward. She's doing more damage than Caught Van today, as it happens, even though Caught is the star turn on the Tip team. But Clare just got a little bit sleepy again now. Looking a bit leggy as well, as if they're kind of half tired now. I'd have a lot of effort put into it, of course, but sure, it's the same for both teams. But still, well in the game, 2 points in it.
Yeah, here we have a chance of a ball now with Lorna. Lorna coming through. She has a chance of a score. Time to steady herself. That's a great ball from Lorna. That's exactly right on cue, Pat McNamara. Great score from Lorna McNamara. 112 for Tip, 111 for Clare. Greta Hickey coming on. Is Greta coming on the Clare team? Looks like Greta Hickey is warming up. Yeah, look like the Wycott woman is about to make an appearance. Was gone off the panel there for a while, but due to education exam purposes, is Greta coming on? I thought the move was meant for. Great puck out from Statry. She saw Neva D. The ball comes into Roisin Howard to be a great ball for Neva D to win. But Howard is a workhorse. Gets the ball out to Casey Hennessy. Hennessy gets the ball off to Maher. That's a tremendous. Tell you, Ciara Grogan's best intervention today. Could be one of the most fighting interventions of the game. McNamara has a chance to equalise here. And she took it into contact. And here comes Mary Ryan. But Cueva Carmody does well. She recovers it. There's a chance for Clare. Here comes Cueva. Cueva coming through for Clare. And yes, he's given the free in. But Pat, Cueva Carmody and Ciara Grogan have been rather quiet in this game. But I tell you one thing, they're after making two big interventions there, and a chance as Chloe makes her way out here. A chance for Chloe Murray to level the score in 51 minutes gone. Greta Hickey coming on for Clare, and yes, it's Muireann Scanlon who's departing the scene. Muireann, who had picked up a leg injury there in the number of moments. Greta is going in, and it looks like, Pat, the move you had planned or had earmarked a long time ago is on, and Zian Spidan is out the field.
We want to see her out, and she'll be busy,
Clare could do with Zian's energy out round the Lorna Parker. Aaron Chin. Here comes Cueva or Chloe Morey being put back, and you'd expect Chloe Morey to put this level peg in and put it the next really exciting 10 minutes ahead.
Well, she's put him over from 70 and 80 metres, so this is about a 47 or 8, maybe 50 metre one, and you certainly expect it, but let's put the eggs in her, I suppose. She's done the business, I think. Yeah,
she's done the business. The right umpire is going for the left and the left right the flag. And I see John Carmody, who led Clare to Munster glory a number of years ago with a victory over Cork, and he's back at the Hill again as giant manager, and he'd be quite happy with that one. Is a goal and 12 points each. Statry with the puck out. She goes towards Grace O'Brien. Grace O'Brien now gets away from the challenger Lorna McNamara, but Lorna is sticking doggedly to the test. She maybe had the hand in. Grace O'Brien is very busy. She's made to take these frees quite quick, and Aoife McGrath calls rank on this occasion, as did maybe Diarmid, and puts the free to be taken back from the requisite position. Pat, looking at Tipperary, a lot of their forwards are out the field, so they don't seem to be going to go direct anyway, there's no doubt. Even though McGrath does go direct. Devan puts up, but it's well caught by Chloe Morey. Chloe, I thought there was a challenge there by Roisin Howard. It comes out to Devan. Devan gets it out to Nicole Walsh. Nicole Walsh with a cameo of a strike, 113 to 112. I'm not too sure with Diarmid on that occasion. I thought Clare were
Chloe Morey was definitely fouled there.
And there's another substitute for Tipperary, and here comes Eamon McGrath from Drummond Inch, and a useful sub, and Scariff Camogie followers will remember Eamon McGrath, unfortunately for Drummond Inch for the miss free at the end of the Munster Cup final, but good for Scariff Ogonnellow as they brought their second Munster Club title back to East Clare. But McGrath now taking up position on the wing, and the ball comes out, and Grace O'Brien, she has been very industrious, Lorna Parker, but Carmody is in, Lorna McNamara is in. This is a vital ball to win for Clare. Can they come out? Carmody is digging there, and the ball comes out, and Grogan comes out with it. I don't know how she got out that one. She gives it to the right woman in Kelly. Can Kelly run a Tipperary? But she's blocked down by Grace O'Brien, but it comes out to Lukeman, and Lukeman delivers it in for the corner, in for Cueva McCarthy. And a good challenge there by Kelly. Kelly does well, and here the ball out towards Linda Daly, and Ciara Maher. Daly does well, gets it up. Linda is taking on the challenge. Our ball is going on towards Roisin Howard. Howard has picked up a lot of ball in the middle of the field here in the second half. Here comes Roisin Howard. She pops the ball in. Grogan, that's a tremendous interception. Well read by Ciara Grogan. Can she kick it off? She kicks it off to Cueva Carmody. Can she get rid of it? She goes back towards Aoife Keane. We're at a delicate stage now. It's 113 to 112. Zian, that's a brilliant turn from Zian. She gets it in towards the middle. Kelly has it. Here comes Kelly. She's breaking through for Clare. Here comes Kelly for Clare. Can she get a score? She's gone all the way in. And who's back there? Only Nicole Walsh. And the ball comes out. But Zian can get on it for Clare. Zian and Cueva Maher. She goes to ground. I'm not too sure what if they should do to get a free. Zian gets it. Lorna should equalise. Lorna equalises it. Simple Stadium. 55 minutes gone. 113 for Clare, 113 for Tipperary. Pat McNamara.
It's a great game from both sides, but having said that's two clear frees not given there. Chloe Morey was Polex coming out there 3 minutes ago. No free, and Zian was thumped into the deck there and put flying on the ground, but she fought back well to win position and get it to the right player, put it over the bar. Great game, anyone's game. And the other thing to notice now, Leo, is there's a nice crowd beyond in Ardon Urine, maybe 3,000 or 4,000 people and maybe a couple more thousand this side, so it'll be the biggest crowd some of these girls have ever played in, and bigger to getting. Have you played it against before?
And Clare on top, Pat.
Player on top, all the tipping position now again.
Here comes Nicole Walsh. She gets the ball into Cueva McCarthy. McCarthy gets away from Ciara Grogan, but Grogan is sticking after her. Here comes McCarthy. She's gone into traffic. She's going to have to get rid of it, but she does, and she hits the ball across. Where it is caught by Chloe Morey. Deliver it, Chloe. Out towards Greta, the ball breaks down. It comes into Kelly. Kelly has been tremendous for Clare today. Is she going to have a shot? She is having a shot. Is this the left winner for Clare? It goes out to the right hand side, but she had to have a pop. And I tell you, Clare's fitness, the legs are with Clare at this moment in time. Can they push home the advantage, or are we going to be going to extra time here? If there is extra time in Simple Stadium, we're waiting for the puck out from Anya Slattery. Out to the captain, Julianne Burke. And Anya Loughlin comes to close down that, gets the ball in towards number 21. That's the sub that came on, Emer McGrath. She gets it in towards Ginny. Ginny Grace is pulled back by Cueva Kelly. A pull on the jersey. And the ball had broken out, but a chance. Well, and here comes Cart Devan, and a pressure free for Cart Devan, Pat.
The ball wouldn't have broken only for the pull in the jersey, I suppose. So I suppose either way it was either going to be a tip possession or a free, but in fairness, Cueva Kelly, she had a very, very, very good game, cornerback. But this is the chance for Tip to go ahead now. 26 and a half minutes gone in the second half. So, it's getting to decision time now in the game. So there's still, enough in Clare. They're capable of coming back and getting a score or two. Eva Kelly is flying it up there. Zian is doing well. Lorna off and on at times. And, there's still a chance to get a score, maybe long way from Chloe.
That wasn't an easy free from the van, but she made easy meat of it and puts it over the bar. 1 goal in 14 to 113. Can Clare equalise here? Time is on their side. They still have time. 57 minutes gone, and Gerald Murphy with a puck amok on Coolbara coming Clare Clark. She goes out the middle of the field. Is blocked down by Neva D. And who's going to come? But it's this Nicole Walsh, who has been tremendous since she came on for Tipperary. She gets the ball out and here, and Clare have it, and Linda Daly does well. Roisin Howard, a high challenge, but it's Mary Ryan playing well, gets the ball into the corner towards Devan. She gets out in front of Clare Hare. She pops the ball back here to the 21, Emma McGrath. Emma McGrath is that. A tremendous strike from Emma McGrath. And it's just the way she didn't strike that free like that below and Mel up had, but it was tipped into a 2-point lead. A puck amok. Can Clare have to get position? Susan Daly is loose for a puck out. Can Derden find her 50 metres out? She's going long out towards Lorna. The ball is out. Who's out there? Howard puts up the hand, but Lorna gets in there. Lorna McNamara, but the ball comes out to Neve D. She has to get it in for Clare. She gets it in towards Kelly. Kelly gets in there. Lukeman, she has her turned. There's a chance in the winner for Clare. Here comes Kelly. A shot.
Hooked.
And Slattery has it. Anya has it. Goal. It's gone in. It's a goal. Oh, it's now
Yes.
it's in.
Finished by Emer Kelly.
It's gone in. Yes, a goal for.
Well, the green flag is his hand, but he's not waving it, Leo. What's going on?
I think that ball went
Had to be
over the
over the
line.
line.
Jump out. The other umpire telling him, put up the flag. Put it up to hill there. Put up the flag, and
Yes,
he puts
so-
up the flag, and Clare going to the lead.
Is it Emer Kelly's or Ronnie O'Loughlin's or who's
It's
it?
2:13 to 1:15. Clare are in the lead. And there's a Clare player injured, and I think she should just stay down. It's Emer Kelly. It's not. It's on your Loughlin. Stay down and play down the clock. Pat
She's
McNamara.
off the pitch now. He might let the game
What
go
a
on.
turning point. We got a goal before half time to bring them
But-
back into the match. Is this going to be the winner for Clare, Pat?
But let's hope it is. But Leo, the way Emer Kelly held off the player there to let the ball go inside her and pick it up and then run on and pick it up, but she was well chased by the cornerback and
It's
the
the,
hoop
goal,
was got
it's
in.
the Tipperary goalkeeper was down, and I thought
Yeah.
Honest Staffley probably should have done better coming out. You know, she had saved the initial
Yeah.
shot, but look, we take it. It's 2:13 to 1:15, Pat.
Look, it's a great position to be in. I mean, he's going to play this 59 minutes gone, Leo, in the game, so just turned 59. So he's going to have at least 3 minutes between substitutes and injuries. There's got at least 3 minutes to play here. Anything can happen, and you know, Tip, especially when the ball goes up the right wing there, they're very threatening over there with the McIntyre, Clora McIntyre, and those. They're capable of leveling it, obviously, but you know that goal should really boost Clare now. It's a matter of closing it out now and just have loads of rucks and sidelines and going down injured and all that kind of thing. At the moment, it's the Tip goalie who's getting the attention. I say her pride might be hurt as much as maybe physical. Although, in fairness, the ref is calling for. Is he calling for a sub?
He is,
The goalie,
and indeed,
yeah.
Arena Friday is coming in for Tipperary now on this occasion. I'm not sure who's the partner scene. Arena Friday is going in, and
The goalie is certainly getting a lot of attention, Leo. She must
and
be.
it is Ginny Grace
hurt,
who's gone off for
fairness.
Tipperary, and Arena Friday, an experienced player.
Is there a stretcher being produced now down the sideline here?
No,
Which
she
you
has
don't like to
there's
see.
no doubt she has a knee bandage on from
Yeah.
earlier on, so unless she has had a recurrence of that knee injury, I don't see Caoimhe Burke coming out from the dugout to warm up for Tipperary. But you know, this break and play with Clare doing Clare no harm, Pat.
I see it, no, not in the least, and I see Brendan Foley giving instructions there, as is Eugene Foodie, and they're all very animated now on the sideline.
In fact, it's not the goalie; it's Mary Ryan,
Is
the
it Mary
fullback,
Ryan? Yeah.
and Mary
Oh,
Ryan
the
is not
goalie's up, yeah.
he's not a player that goes down too easy. The Tipperary
a really good player, a really good player, an honest player as well. Yeah, she's been a very good player for a while now. But yeah, there's a lot of concern. But let's hope that stretcher isn't required. Well, the guy with the stretcher is certainly in no hurry anyway. Leo.
Well, I tell you,
If you're in
I tell you what, he's cool anyway. There's no doubt about that. He's taken, and you know, he's gone around by the lines, and
He
so
doesn't
he's a
even
very
go in
cool.
the field, yeah.
But he'll need help, though. He's ringing us. He's hardly going to carry Mary Ryan
He's
off.
too serious about it. They say he's
He
just
won't be
making it
carrying Mary Ryan off on his own anyway. That's for sure.
going
And,
through the motions. Yeah, it's
but look,
raised up anyway.
we get back with the play. It's 2:13
Vital
for
moments
Clare.
in the
That's
game now, yeah.
19 points, 1 goal and 15 for Tipperary. That's 18 points. Clare are in this in and say by Cody Navan. Can Clare reach the Munster Senior Camogie final? What to really add, with the minors getting to the Munster Camogie final yesterday, the juniors in the Munster semi-final tomorrow. Could it be a clean sweep of Munster final appearances for Clare?
No,
Anya Statry,
vital
what's she
puck
going to
outcome
do? Are Clare giving up? They're happy to give up the puck out as Julianne Burke is over on the far side waiting. But I think Aoife McGrath is the lady to pick up and don't make sure that she doesn't get it. This could go off her hand and go over the line. She dropped it though. She dropped it though, and here comes Julianne. She's not going to cause any problems back there. She's blocked down. She gets it to Nicole Walsh, one of the ladies you don't want.
Dangerous
and
enough.
here comes Walsh, but she's
well
blocked down. Here, can Clare? It's Greta. It gets her out to Linda Daly. Get it away.
Yes,
Kelly has it. Have a shot. Out to the end. Don't get rid of it. Get rid of it. And the ball comes into Lukeman for Tipperary. She gets it out here to Roisin Howard. Howard for Tipperary. She's getting away from the challenge of Aoife Keane. She gets the ball in towards the corner. Forward. Caoimhe McCarthy goes down. She gets it out. The ball is gone in. Chloe Morey has to win it. Devane has it for Tipperary. A shot she's going to turn in. A great block down by Claire Heher and Susan Daly. If you ever won a ball, win this one. Clear it out. But she gets it out to Claire Heher. But it comes to Nicole Walsh. Walsh for Tipperary. Gets it back out to Grace O'Brien. Grace O'Brien. Go Holland Rasnon.
Susan held on to it.
Level picking in Semple Stadium. And Dermot Kirwan, I think, is going to call for the sliotar. Caoimhe Carmody is gone down injured. He's having a word maybe with Caoimhe. Is there going to be Pokemon,
I'd say there might be more time, Leon. Maybe I'm wrong. He doesn't look like he's blowing up immediately anyway.
It's going to be next Corwin's Pat.
Going for long, going for length. I'd say.
Go for length. She's going to go for safety. For safety. She goes for the sanctuary of the far sideline. Caoimhe Burke goes up. The ball breaks out to Kelly, the right lady you want on it.
No.
But it comes out to Mary Ryan. Mary Ryan has gone to ground. Can Clare win this one? Are we going to have extra time?
All over.
Indeed, it is.
Yeah.
Is it extra time? We'll wait and see what's happening. I'd say they're on the sideline.
Is there for an injuries blown?
They're not too sure. They're shaking hands. There's going to be a replay. It looked like there's going to be a replay. But Pat, a positive result for Clare. You know, unfortunately, they didn't hold on. But look, they'll get another day out to make the Munster final. But on a scoreline of 2 goals and 13 for Clare, 1 goal and 16 for Tipperary, the upward curve for Clare Camogie continues.
Oh,
Pat.
absolutely. It was a really good display, gutted display. It has to be a Tips home ground. Having said that, now the other great thing to see is a big fulsome round of applause there from the considerable audience. You know, there's probably 6,000 or 7,000 here now, maybe 8. Good round of applause there. People enjoyed that second half. Most of them would have seen all the second half, and very enjoyable game. And I said for Clare to dig out a draw, I suppose when they were behind for a good bit of the game early on, particularly, and came back with those vital goals both before half time and there in the last 5 or 6 minutes as well to get that lead. But just a shame they couldn't hold on to win by the point. It would be fantastic. But look at the draw. In player development, it's probably great to get another game in a sense, and I presume it might be at a Clare venue. So if it does, we'll see you that next night.
Yeah, I would imagine Pat will have to be at a Clare venue. You'll be looking at maybe 6 Mile Bridge, I suppose, whatever, or maybe the Park even. You know, give them, if they're good enough to play in Simple Stadium, they're good enough to play in the Park.
Indeed.
You know, and give them another game. Either way,
as they prepare. Time, is there?
I'm not too sure.
Because they're hanging around both sets of.
We'll have a look. Diarmaid Kevin has gone anyway, so I would presume.
That how they play.
No. It's definitely it's all over, and you know, and you look at Clare and Anna Ryan is down there. You know, she might be back in the mix the next day. You know, and they could have done maybe with her power down in the second half at half back. But look, they'll be quite happy coming down today. They would have taken it. Both managers are out there. Bill Manelli and Conor Dolan seem quite happy to have Loyola. You know, so look.
Loyola, but
Pat, a great advert for the Camogie here as a curtain raiser to the senior game, and look at isn't it tremendous for all round,
and great enjoyment for the fans who are in. I don't know what, I wouldn't be good at estimating crowds, but there's certainly a few thousand here now, and they got great entertainment from that, I'm sure. A lot of Cork, I think the Cork jerseys are visible there a bit there for most of the second half of that game as well, and I'm sure they'll have been impressed by both teams. In fairness, Leo, a draw is a very, very fair result.
Fair result,
nothing between the teams really. Tip had their periods of dominance, so had we. We had an outstanding forward in Emer Kelly, and they had an outstanding forward in the McIntyre, Clodagh McIntyre. So very, very, very 50-50. A great, I suppose, look, Clare or Tipperary are kind of seen to be the team to threaten the top 3, and it's great that Clare now in that company as well. Yeah,
and Pat, we'll go, you know, we have to vacate our position here in the commentary position, and we must thank the Munster Council for their cooperation, and especially Ed Donnelly and for his cooperation in allowing, and the Munster Council in allowing us here permission to broadcast the game here on Scariff Bay Community Radio. You know, we greatly appreciate their efforts. We thank them very, very much for that.
Indeed.
Pat, one final job for you here today in your expert analysis. Your player of the match from a Clare point of view, Pat.
Might have to give it to Emer Kelly, Leo. When she's our go-to woman, every time we needed something, she was the one that looked so, and she did produce as well. So for me, Emer Kelly, I think deservedly winning player of the match from a Clare point of view, and indeed in the overall game maybe as well. Yeah,
indeed, I concur with that. When you know, she really had to tip the pinch to shreds. But look at great performances all round. I thought, you know. Aoife Keane was tremendous at a half-back. Lorna McNamara played very well at wing forward. Anya Loughlin with her 1-3, you know. So
they were close as well now.
They were the stand-up performances, and of course Tipperary had stand-up performances in Cork Devane as well, and Roisin Howard picked up a lot of ball, but Clodagh McIntyre a super player. But in the end of the day, it's all honours even here in Simple Stadium in Thurles. As we take our leave here from Simple Stadium on a scoreline of 213 to 116 is Loyola for the two teams. Pat McNamara, thank you very much for your analysis. Thanks to Jim Collins in the control tower. Thanks to all you who tuned in. I hope you enjoyed our broadcast here from Simple Stadium in association with Derek Credit Union, and our outside broadcast sponsored by Michael Long Construction. From Leo Doyle and all in Simple Stadium here, it's Bannock Day, August Lawn.